Two, one, and we're live. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another exciting episode of Entab CampusCare EdTalks, an exclusive platform where the stalwarts of education come on board and express their viewpoints on curbing topics related to education. Before I begin, let me quickly introduce you to Entab. We are a 20-year-old IT company engaged in providing matured and futuristic school ERP, CRM, and mobile apps to the top schools spread across India and help in transforming them from good schools to great ones. In today's session, we're going to see some fiery exchange because I was just having it off the camera right now. We'll discuss about the importance of etiquette schools and how they can be included in regular school curriculum, or should they be included. So let's begin by introducing our panelists for the day. Our first panelist is Nuzhat Khan ma'am, the principal of Aspee Nutan Academy, Malad, in Maharashtra. Ma'am started the school with just 35 students and today she's educating more than 1,000 students. Ma'am believes that sharing knowledge leads to further learning. Welcome on board, ma'am. Next
Thank
up,
you, sir.
next up, we have Pramod Mahajan, sir, the principal of Sharjah Indian School. For his contribution to the field of education for more than 3 decades, Sir has been honored with the Education Excellence Award, the fabulous global education leader, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam International Educators Honor, and much more. We are honored to have you here, sir. Welcome on board.
Thank you. Thank you.
Moving on, we have Mr. Anit Arora, the principal of Cambridge International School, Dasua in Punjab, believes that we need to unlearn and relearn each day to adapt to the advancements of ever-changing world. Sir has also been conferred with awards like Progressive Principal of India, the Inspiring Educator of Punjab, the leading brand ambassador in the education by White Swan Awards. Welcome on board, sir. It's an honor to have you here.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Last but not the least, we have Terence John, sir, the principal of Albany Hall Public School, Kolkata. Sir is also the member of CISCE Council and the president of Association of Heads of Anglo-Indian Schools in India, West Bengal. Welcome on board, Terence, sir. Terence, sir, you're on mute.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I
Thank
understand.
you all.
I understand Terence sir has basically came up with an emergency and he still took out time to get connected through his mobile phone. Three cheers to you, Terence sir. So before I begin this program and webinar, ladies and gentlemen, to those who are watching me on YouTube, if you haven't subscribed, please do so and click on the bell icon to stay regularly updated. All right, my first audience would love to know, ma'am, Nuzhat ma'am, over to you. My audience would like to know the meaning of etiquette schools or finishing schools and how they're different from regular schools. Over to you, ma'am.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this webinar. Your question, sir, is what is finishing school?
Yes, ma'am.
Let me start by a quote by Maria Montessori, who said, "Education cannot be effective unless it helps a child open himself to life." Gone are the days when schools were confined only to disseminate, to give out education in terms of academics. So academic excellence is definitely one part of it, but now the world is completely transforming and there's a dire demand of a child being transformed in all the spheres. Here is where the finishing school comes in picture. You ask me what is finishing school? Finishing school is not a new concept, sir. It dates back to the old times. Let me remind you of the European world where ladies in the medieval period would be sent all the way to Alps, Switzerland to be groomed. The young maidens would be sent to be groomed to find prospective, suitors for them. So for prospective suitors, you have to imbibe mannerisms, etiquette, so that you find a suitable husband. That is what the finishing school in Alps did in those days. But it has completely transformed. Today we have finishing school, which teach children how to be absorbed in a working environment tomorrow, how to imbibe or instill qualities, values, culture, customs, traditions that will help them become a part of the global world. So it talks about personality development, it talks about confidence, learning how to carry oneself, basic telephone etiquette, poise, mannerism, everything imbibed together. So basically, if I have to define a finishing school is an institution that talks about developing various skills in an individual to help him become a prospective future citizen of Vasunda Dev Kutumba. I don't know if I pronounced it right.
Vasudev
Thank you.
Kutumbakam. That's
Yes.
how you pronounce it.
Pardon my
I presume
Sanskrit.
that's how you pronounce it.
Yes.
Even I'm not sure about it. All right, ma'am. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Okay, Anit sir, in your opinion, how can these skills contribute to the holistic growth of a child and help in building a better community? Or do you concur with the concept of finishing school or etiquette school?
First of all, thank you very much, and it is pleasure to be a part of this forum. And I enjoyed listening to Mrs. Khan that she started that how exactly this finishing school was started. Now, I personally believe that it is already into our system. This the concept of finishing school is entwined into a day-to-day school routine, like what we teach in nursery, KG, grade one, grade two. I think it is a part of our school system. It is a part of already a part of our curriculum. The only thing is that we have not devised it into a separate subject or a separate curriculum. But the holistic education which we are giving is already a part of it. Like Howard Gardner gave the concept of multiple intelligence quite late, but it was already into our system. So this finishing school was into our system right from day one, even from the gurukuls, even from the schooling where we started. Now, see today, the concept of finishing school is not about the dress which we are wearing. It's more about how confident we are in carrying ourselves gracefully. That is more important. Now, when we talk about the dress code, now I'm not saying that we follow this in our school because we have to do quite a lot of things based on the expectations of the society and the acceptance of the parents. Now, we call students to school and we ask them to wear trousers, shirts, and shoes. And with those trousers, shirts, shoes, they go for yoga classes, they go for aerobic classes, they go for dance classes, they go for uh, different sports activity. Is it very comfortable for them? Are we open to give them a luxury of I'm sorry I'm using a word luxury because it has come as a luxury to allow them to wear jeans and t-shirt into a school where they'll be more comfortable doing that. So why I'm putting this question? Because today the finishing school is not about wearing those wonderful dresses. It's more about your comfort. It's not about how you are eating. It's more about how healthy you are eating, how healthy your eating habits are. So it's not about your presentation. Now, while you make a profile on LinkedIn, what things you are actually presenting, how you are actually showcasing what your thoughts are, what your connections are, how what kind of people you follow, what kind of comments you give. So I think in finishing school, it has to be a complete. We have to make them industry ready, college ready, future ready citizens. So what I personally believe that it is more about holistic holistic development of every child, uh, empathy which they need to develop. They need to develop the habit how to keep calm into difficult situation, how to take and accept people as they are. Don't be judgmental about different difficult situations in life and how to take pressures in life. I think if we teach these students to be more spiritual, to be more holistic, to be more honest, to value what they commit, I think this is what is the need of an art in the finishing school. It
Okay,
has to be
wonderful,
more.
wonderful. So, according to Anit sir, it is basically being confident in your own skin, and as long as you're comfortable with what you're wearing, it should be good to go. Sir mentioned the example of LinkedIn. Let me just quickly point it out that LinkedIn has certain parameters, and one of those parameters also say that if your photograph is not professional enough, you will not get requisites from for your profile. So that was just a point of view, and as a digital marketeer, I'm aware of those numbers. So don't, I'm not going there over there, Anit sir. Very quickly, promote sir. Um, How can we expect finishing schools to open doors to unconventional careers like image consultant, wardrobe consultant, event planner, all those things?
Yeah. See, according to me, the concept of finishing school is what? Finishing school is that institution which scaffold the complete personality of a child, which scaffold the thought process of a child. It is not only the dressing or it is not only the eating etiquettes, but it is more than that. Up to what extent you are showing your professionalism, up to what extent you are applying your professionalism, up to what extent you are showing your time management, up to what extent you are able to take the risk, up to what extent you are thinking beyond. So that is the finishing school. Finishing school has changed the complete metamorphosis of the schooling process. Finishing school is that scaffolding institution which synchronizes IQ, EQ along with SQ and AQ. And they make you future fit, they make you risk taker, they make you a challenge taker. So you are ready to take the challenge. You are ready to apply whatever you have learned in the unseen condition. That is the finishing school. Now come to the new avenues. Finishing school is that institution where we answer those questions which are yet to be asked, where we think about those technologies which are yet to be invented. And that's why they are producing the future fit students. Whatever new job market you pointed out, finishing school is the solution for that. It is not possible in the traditional schooling. It is not possible in the holistic schooling. It is not possible in the we can say the professional schooling. It is not possible in the engineering colleges, because in the engineering colleges, whatever you have learned when you passed your degree, that is outdated. In the computing, you learn the language, and when we complete your BTech, that language is out of the market. So what is that? What is that? That finishing touches gives you the thought process to think beyond, apply to think beyond. Now you take the case of now there are the demand of data scientists. So data, from where you have to collect the data, what is data, how to collect it, how to analyze it, how to apply it, how to correlate it, that is finishing school. And they are thinking about now one of the finishing school I wanted to cite about that in the Switzerland during my visit to the Switzerland. I visited that school. They are thinking about conversion of mass into digital signal. Nobody has thought about that. Conversion of mass into digital signal means what? Mr. Arora is sitting here. His whole body is converted into digital signal. We will put an email, and the email will reach to America. There they will convert that digital signal, and Mr. Arora will appear there. See the thought process.
A holographic
that
image,
is
basically.
so that is the finishing school, and that's why they are completing all sort of future aspects which are needed in the future.
Right, sir. Wonderful, Pramod, sir. Moving forward, Nuzhat ma'am, finishing skills contribute to shaping the overall personality of an individual. How will a well groomed personality help us in global collaborations?
Let me quote an example here. We all know about Manya Singh, right? The new new Miss India runner-up.
Yeah.
We all know kind of background that she hails from. She hails from a lower middle class society
Her
in Mumbai.
father is a auto driver.
Yes,
I
her
remember
father
that.
being an auto rickshaw driver.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, when we heard her talk on various channels, we read about her. The thing that we, the gist that we got from her interview was that it was that one training that helped her groom and transform. That training is coming from a finishing school. Am I right if I say that?
Yeah.
And this is not a training that was provided to her by academicians. This was specially done by people who were trained for it, were trained for grooming and transforming individuals to become professionals and representatives for tomorrow. Today's Manya Singh will be ambassador at UN tomorrow. Who knows, right? So this is what a finishing school does, sir. It shapes the overall personality of an individual. There are many. You asked a question about the unconventional jobs. image consultants,
Right.
wardrobe consultants, coffee designers, right?
Ma'am,
There
image
are so
consultant and coffee designer would still be a certain sort of a skill required in artistry and everything.
right.
But
Yeah.
then
But image consultant and wardrobe consultants
they
are
are paid,
specific
yeah,
from finishing school.
they are
Yes.
paid $1 million. I was surprised.
Sir, I would like to quote here when you're talking about $1 million. Let me quote you. Let me quote here. In US, a wardrobe designer earns nothing less than 25 to $150 a day. A day. So this is what the finishing school is doing. I would say it's a great opportunity for the youth for tomorrow. It is opening the doors for various jobs that are going to be great, highly paid professionals of the futuristic world. Yes, it will help in the overall development of the personality if the schools, the regular schools, handshake with finishing school, which can be done in many ways. In many ways, either they can take, as Anit sir, Arora sir mentioned at the beginning, it's not a new concept. We may be doing it in bits and pieces at our school, but it has to be done a little more professionally for the overall development of the child. As we all know and all agree that first impression is the last impression. When you see a candidate walk into the room, that's the first 15 minutes you decide whether I'm going to hire or I'm going to reject.
Right.
What happens later is a different question altogether.
Very interrupting. This thought process has to be changed in the finishing school.
It will change. But what I'm saying, let me complete, sir. Let me complete. So here is where the finishing school helps. Okay, from the time that you enter that room for your interview till the time you walk out, you have made an impression, which is something that a person will never forget and which helps the person to get the right job. This is to be done with every individual, not just wardrobe consultants or image consultants. This has to be done with every child studying in the school. If you groom the child in a holistic manner, developing all the skills in the child, using all the nine multiple intelligences by Howard Gardner, I think we have already done a wonderful job as finishing schools, developing the overall personality of children, which is not very difficult because at the end of the day, we are all educationists.
I'm sure
Over to
Anand
you,
sir
sir.
would like to contemplate over that. Anand sir, over to you very
Uh,
quickly.
I would just like to see this mindset of judging people in 1 minute or 30 seconds.
10
This,
minutes.
this has to be changed because the moment we judge people,
There's so much more to human beings than just merely 10 seconds.
Dressing sense.
Yeah.
yes, dressing sense. Because see, but I personally feel that it's not your cosmetic appearance which is important. It's your thought process. It's the how you think, how you resolve, how much committed you are, how much honest you are, how much like it's the sir
Dedicated.
said that it's your emotional quotient, social
Integrity.
quotient, spiritual quotient. That is very important once we talk about this. And the finishing school, which I am talking about, is that we should teach these kids to be non-judgmental. And believe me, today's kids, they are much more intelligent than us. Their social quotient, their emotional quotient is better than us. We get
Absolutely.
stuck up into
Absolutely.
something. We are not ready to unlearn and learn. They are better than that.
They are much better than us. I would absolutely
Anand
agree.
sir,
They are
Anand
the
sir,
futures.
And
Anand
we
sir,
would
I
say,
will, I
I would
absolutely,
say that it is not, I would say, this is my personal opinion. The role of a finishing school is not just to uh, bridge gaps which was created in some engineering college or in some schools or maybe into any kind of a college. But I feel the role of any finishing school should be to develop a good human being who could have more empathy, who could be more approachable, who could be more kind, who could be more honest, who could be more helpful. That is more important today because today, I attended a speech by Mr. By President Bill Clinton, and I got an opportunity to hear live in Dubai around a couple of years back, and he very beautifully said that today everyone is intelligent, everyone is talented, everyone, but opportunities are not same for everyone. So we need to understand that today it is not about intelligence, it is not about talent, it's more about values which we need to work upon. So today, everyone will have their own sense of presentation, dressing, eating, their thought process. So none of the people in our age group is doing this. They are not image consultant. The new age, the new generation is talking about image. They are doing all
So
those
these
things.
are the new careers that we
Yes,
kept on talking about. These are the
yes, sir.
new careers we have kept on talking about, and
Yeah.
I understand. Even I come from the same school of thought like you. That
Mm.
what matters, there's so much more to a human than that meets the eye, and I completely believe in the fact that you know what, you should be simpler living and high standard of thinking should be there.
So
Um,
today, marriages are not lasting even for 5 years. Why don't we teach these kids
Sir,
to
I don't know.
accept
I'm
people
not
as they
married
are?
yet, so I can't comment on that.
Yeah. Today, let's teach them how to accept people as they are. So I think this is.
Arora sir is trying to say here is, I would say, it's value addition through education. I'll put it in just one line.
Yeah.
Value addition through education. That
Yeah,
is what is required.
but
Value, morals,
And
ethics, all those
everything
things.
is
Yeah.
important, sir. Not just it. We can't say that dressing is not important. What you wear is not important. What you talk is not important. It is, as I said, amalgamation of all the skills put in together. As Pramod Mahajan sir mentioned, it's a
Wait. Pramod sir,
combination
ke
of
liye,
all the skills.
for
yeah,
Pramod sir, I have a very important question, and I will take it from Anit sir only. Anit sir, Pramod sir, Anit
yeah.
sir mentioned right now that
Hmm.
marriages are not successful only 5 to 6 years or something of जो भी है, ठीक है?
Yeah.
So if we talk about finishing schools, if we begin these schools at a very young age, like 5 to 6 years, which are the which mostly the kids develop and like they learn a lot during that age. Will it help in making better relationships and friends as they will learn to share and care?
Yeah, it will be far better if you start the KG students, kindergarten, in the form of a finishing school. So that they will be the different type of personality. They will be that who will take care of the empathy, sympathy. They will be that who will be accepting the values, and they will be that who are doing wonders in the diversities. That is there. And who says that system is not there? 5 years, 6 years marriage. We are living in the country. We are living in that Bharat where silver jubilee and the golden jubilee and the diamond jubilee of marriages were celebrated. Those, those are the foreign culture where they celebrate their marriage anniversary because there that guarantee is not there. Next year she will be with us or not. But here in India, when we say Vasudeva Kutumbakam, here we celebrate the golden jubilee. Here we celebrate the diamond jubilee of the marriages. Another thing is we are limiting the definition of Finnish institution. Finishing institutions are already in existence in India, in Bharat. IITs are what? IIMs are what? They are those institutions which are giving the finishing touch, which are giving the polishing touch to the student. Every IITian, before getting their degree, getting 4 to 5 offers, and to our surprise, many are rejecting the offers and coming to as a startup or serving the society. It
I'll
means,
if you allow me to, I'm so sorry,
yeah,
but Pramod sir's answer just actually lit a thought in my mind. The biggest finishing school of the world would be IMA,
IMA, yes,
Indian Military
yes,
Academy,
that
and
is
then
there.
है ना?
IMA,
Right?
definitely, and big salute to them. Their
Exactly.
thought process. They are not caring. They are not taking care of crores of the packages and all. They said we'll serve the nation. There are many IITians who
And
are doing
Anit
the
sir,
agriculture
and
research
Anit
in
sir,
agriculture. Why not? I belongs to a village. In my village, there are people well educated IITians. They are doing farming and they are doing wonders. Because of them, the village is improving. That is the finishing institution. We should not limit that one. That is already there in India. That is already there in Bharat. Maybe it has been developed in Europe and all, but really, if anyone is utilizing the finishing school, that is India. That is Bharat, according to me.
right? Anit sir, and that just reminded because the conversation we were having, IMA, NDA, you are
They are
taught
the
how to
finishing
eat.
one.
Yeah, they and
They are the real finishing institution.
the how you put a spoon, how you cover the fork and the spoon, you
Yeah.
put it. You are
See,
all taught.
discipline starts from there. It is
Sir,
not easy when
sir,
the, your
I would like
when
to,
your when the brigadier is telling
the
without
moment you
weapon
selected
you
for
enter
MBA, you
into
get
the
into
temple. It is not easy. It is the discipline, and discipline comes from what? How to eat, how to walk, how to drink. That is the discipline. Then only person will be transformed into disciplined one. Army personnel, I started my career from the Army Education Corps. Army personnel become disciplined because of from the very beginning. 4 a.m. you have to wake up means you have to wake up. So that is there. That is the that is the finishing aspect.
Right, right. Anit sir, yes, you were saying something.
Sir, I would say that again. See, I would come back to the things which I was discussing. See, this mindset has to be changed. That waking 4 o'clock in the morning is the right schedule. That is the right way of taking things forward. Because if I've got a night shift, if I've got some foreign clients, and I need to work till 3 o'clock in the night,
No, no, no. That is different concept. That is different concept.
so
That's a different concept.
this has to be changed. And see, NDA and IMA, they produce 24 karat gold. So no, that a big salute to them.
But
And
then again, best of the finishing. So you
Finishing
yourself,
school's concept is
you yourself
producing the
gave me
diamond
your answer.
24 karat gold only. That is the finishing school.
Yeah,
That is the finishing school.
when the product when the outcome of the product, or when the product which has been produced is absolutely 24 karat gold, then the school
That's
has
the
finished.
finishing school.
That is the
Whatever be that.
finishing.
Whatever be that.
Right, right, wonderful. Oh my God, I love this conversation, to be very honest. And all right, so moving forward, we have Richard sir with us. Richard sir, are you there? He just joined in late. Richard sir is the principal of St. Augustine Day School in Kolkata. Sir is also the president of all heads of Anglo-Indian schools in India. For his contribution to the field of education, sir has been honored with several awards and accolades at various levels. Welcome on board, sir.
Thank you.
Hi, hi, hi. So, sir, we are having a very interesting conversation about finishing schools and how they, help in holistic development, how they help in global collaborations, in grooming, and etc., etc. So, we have different point of views going on at this point of time. Very quickly, because we are now at the end of the webinar, how do you think that skills taught in finishing school can stay with an individual for long and help them succeed in life? And for example, like, will it give them an edge over the others? Very quickly, Richard sir.
Yeah, definitely. Finishing schools are very important because the today's world is the job market. So you see, the communication skills are very important. So this is one thing which schools are not emphasizing too much, especially if it's spoken English, because you see that's the one of the problems that we are facing, and this is the reason what we be discussing about these things, that we need to work more on the spoken English skills, especially for children, because when they go for for these vivers, and they have to get into the MBA colleges and all, and the interviews, they have to crack these interviews. This plays a very important role in the selections, even in the admissions to colleges. So then, even in hotel managements, you require to have these skills, and that's the reason why communication skills is important, and for which we are imbibing this culture of English right in from the from the juniors, as we have in our schools. So of course this is one of the major aspects, and then the other portions are like how you need to dress, power dressings. This is also another important things when you need to crack interviews. So you need to be smart. Those things are important, because sometimes you see people who are coming and they are so shabbily dressed, and that they're getting disqualified. So this is another aspect. Body language is a very important thing of your posture, gesture, how you sit, how you cross your legs, and when you are while you're sitting, or you need to how you need to sit, how you need to address the people, how you need to address the people who you are being interviewed. So there's so many things which I feel that these finer skills need to be taught in the students. It's not academics is not everything, and neither I would say the holistic development is also important. But what is happening is these things are more important than anything right now, because you see discipline, values, all these things are also important. But then finishing schools, these are the very things. These are the points that we need to see, because you see, if you look at students who come from good schools, like immediately you can catch on that these students are good products. They have come in from a good background because they know, the as I said, they know their. You can understand them, or you can know them by the way they speak, by the way they dress, the way they carry themselves. So basically, in all in one go, I feel that finishing schools, all schools, even till the 12th standard, they should emphasize things like finishing schools, table manners. Yes, these things are important. Mobile phone manners. These are also very very essentials because nowadays these are the things which are also required with the passing of time.
Right. Wonderful, Richard sir. I'm sure Anit sir would love to add on to it, but I'm not coming to you, Anit sir, right now. Otherwise, this we will have a long discussion about this. I will personally give you a call, and because we both are from the same school of thought, by the way. What you are saying, I absolutely concur with that,
Thank you,
Anit
sir.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
I know what you mean by level थोड़ा अलग होना चाहिए. And unfortunately, sir, there are theories relate these. Yes, incidences are there where it is true, but mostly it's still theoretical when it comes to our country. Any which ways, I won't go into there. Very quickly, closing remarks by each and every individual, starting from Nuzhat ma'am. Ma'am, that's how you pronounce your name, by the way. I apologize if I'm pronouncing.
इस नाम में क्या रखा है? फूल को किसी भी नाम से पुकारो उतना ही खूबसूरत लगता है.
मैम, पता है शेक्सपियर ने ये बोला था और नीचे नीचे अपना ही नाम लिखा था उसने.
God bless you.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, thank you for allowing me to speak for the last 1 or 2 minutes.
Sorry.
I would like to talk about a very interesting program that was invented in our school in 2017. Along with a few educationists, we came up with a program called RF21, that is Ready for 21st Century. Once in a week, 1 week in an entire month, last 1 hour was dedicated to development of 5 skills in the children. That is compassion, collaboration, critical thinking. You know about the 5 skills of 21st century. I would not dwell into it. And we had various modules made for this RF21 program, which spoke about table manners, telephone etiquette, which spoke about how do you present. You said PPT pe kya hona chahiye. So how shabby can a PPT look if it is bombarded with 50 words on one slide?
Yeah.
Simple things like this were spoken and thought, and children communicate to develop various skills in the children. So when in the month of June, when we had to go online, and there was a field trip organized, people from Yakut came to meet our children, and there was a question and answer session. The speaker was stunned and amazed, I would say, when grade 3 children bombarded him with continuous questions on good bacteria and bad bacteria. I think that was the result of that RF21 program that we conducted at our school. So I would just go ahead and say nothing is impossible. Style is important. How you weigh, how you talk, how you walk, how you present is important. Only thing is schools need to learn how we can change our mindset. The chalta hai attitude will not do anymore. We need to be more organized in our curriculum. Curricular as well as co-curricular activities have to be strategized in the correct direction in order to produce a well-groomed citizen for the world tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Wonderful, wonderful. Pramod sir, over to you.
Yeah. See, I am heading the school which have 11,000 plus students, 11,300 students. And the gentry is from bus driver child to the CEO child. So that is there. What we understood that the finishing aspect is what develop that interpersonal and personal skill, develop that attitude which will make them domain expertise and which will unturn the every stone which is a barrier or hurdle in the path of making them the future fit. According to me, if that has been achieved, finishing touch has come, polishing touch has come, and for that, the new concept which has come in NEP, that is the skilled internship. Internship is nothing. Internship is that only giving the final touch and giving the counseling to a child that at what the child is good at, what is the passion of a child, and then do the survey for which the world is paying, and then choose your career and get yourself trained, self motivated, and every barrier is overcome. Become a domain expertise, whatever be your domain is. That is the finishing touch, according to me. Thank you.
Wonderful. Richard, sir, closing remarks by you.
See, I feel that holistic development is very essential, and in which I think the part and parcel in holistic development is the finishing school aspect that we've been all talking about. And as I said, these things are very important, especially how we dress, how we speak, how we communicate, table manners. There is a plethora of things that go into finishing schools. Grooming, as we call it, basically it's called grooming. And in earlier days, in the 16th century, they used to call it charm school. So that's the thing that it used to be called. So, in fact, we've been having these kind of sessions during assemblies that we have. So, during assemblies, we be taught how to dress, how to talk, how to wear blazers. So, all these things were happening, and I feel that finishing schools, these things, these points, like I know there are certain schools, especially in MBAs, like an XLRI, they have a course which is only of grooming. So this grooming portion is very essential, and they give them grades also. So if you're talking about finishing schools, but children will get only interested, or the parents will get only interested in finishing schools if they are also graded in as part of the holistic evaluation process, which is what we are wanting to do it in the AVP system. So this is the way I would like to look at it. The finishing schools is
Right.
very essential. The grooming aspects is important because until and unless this only can become important if it's not made in as part of the evaluation process or it's the holistic development of the child.
Right, right. Very quickly, let's go to the other side of the grass. Anit, sir, lastly but not the least.
Thank you very much, sir. I think they all have beautifully stated most of the things. See, my concept of a finishing school is giving every child purpose of life. I'm not interested what careers they take. I'm not interested what professions they would get into because we are living into an era where we'll not change jobs, we'll change careers. Today, it's more about inter industry. A doctor can go into advertising, or maybe an engineering graduate
A
can go.
lawyer can become the head of marketing.
Yes, 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 yes.
Anything can happen. Anything can happen today. So it's more about cross industry because the fresh ideas can come. So we should give them purpose of life. The role of any finishing school or any school should actually equip every individual to find out what they are blessed with so that they could actually have purpose of life. So if we are able to do that, that's the right definition of any finishing school.
Yeah, and 20 second only. The thing is, finishing school dress up doesn't mean that suited and booted only. Gandhiji became father of nation because of his own style. Vivekanand was the leading the globe because of his own style. Mother Teresa is Mother Teresa because that is also a grouping sense. It is not only that suited or booted or safari or this and that. No, not at all. That's a different this
Wear
thing.
your own swag.
Yeah, yeah.
That's very important.
Your
I think
originality,
that
your uniqueness, and for that, I am 100% agree with Anit sir. Yes, your originality should bring. Lal Bahadur Shastri ji, world is saluting him. Why? Because of his simplicity. His simplicity was his grooming factor, was his finishing factor. So that is the way.
Anit, sir, you
Okay.
were saying something?
sir,
I would just like to add something to Mr. Pramod. Just one point, sir, that you mentioned about, you are right in your way of thought, where you are saying that, because they were great people, so they had their own attire. That's very, very true. But I am talking in general, if you are looking at finishing schools, that is where students are graduating from the 12th standard, moving into college, moving into careers. We are talking in the basic line. Today, if a student is going to dress up like Mother Teresa or a Mahatma Gandhi and go for an interview, then I'm sure that people are going to say, this person must be crazy. What I'm trying to talk about here is basically attire. What we wear is based on the kind of area that we're going for. If we're going for a job, we have to be dressed in the proper
Yes,
format.
yes, yes. Very
If it's
true.
not
Very
sport,
true.
Very true.
we're
Very true.
required to do it. That's
Very
not
true.
at home.
No, that is there.
So this
That
is
is
what
there.
you have got a point, sir. Your point is absolutely valid. People
Richard
are
sir,
used to the
let me clear out the
yeah.
confusion.
We have
Let
ODG who has his own attitude, his
Yes, yes.
personality. So
Actually,
it
I'll be
depends
very
what it
honest,
is.
Richard sir. You are a bit late to the party because we had this very exciting conversation about this before you came. so, so we
I
were
do
all trying.
apologize. I couldn't find the link. I
so
get all feeling bamboozled because I had to get a laptop and I don't have a laptop right
it's
now.
okay. It's okay, Richard sir. I'm not
So,
saying anything. I'm not. What I'm saying is because I know why that point is relatable because we already had a very elongated discussion on this, and that's why just at the closing remark, Pramod sir was trying to make up to Anit sir as well, and I know what was going on, so I know as a host what was going
That's
on.
not the right way to put it up.
That is also finishing aspect. That is also etiquette of the webinar.
Yeah. So all right. Thank you so much, Anit sir. Thank you so much, Pramod sir. Nuzhat ma'am. I hope I'm pronouncing your name rightly.
You are pronouncing it right. It's Nuzhat.
Nuzhat ma'am. Right. And thank you so much, Richard sir. I'm so sorry that I don't know whether it was delay from my part or maybe from your part. I'll try to bring you some on some other webinar along with all these panelists as well because I would love to have fireworks from
Please
Anit sir.
put me up with the same panelists.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
as
yeah, yeah.
long as long as long as not Outlook was public, we are okay with it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's right.
So I would love to have another webinar with all these panelists and some again fireworks. I'll get my team on some very thought-invoking topic as well
Maybe a
because
fiery
this was
topic.
very good. The topic was very good. So thank you so much, everybody, for giving
Thank
me
you.
your valuable
Really
time.
enjoyed.
My name is Himanshu. I'm the head of marketing in Entab, and you're watching Campus Care Ed Talks. In case if you haven't
Thank you.
subscribed yet, please do so. What are you waiting for? There are so many fireworks that are going to again happen. Thank you so much, Anitsa, Pramod
Thank you
sir,
very much. Have a
Nuzhat
lovely
ma'am,
Thank you.
evening.
Richard.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Have a
Okay,
nice
bye.
day.
Good night. Have a safe day.
Yeah, you